We're on. All right. Good afternoon. This is Summer SYAEP program interview number 6 with Christina. So, hey, Christina, welcome to our interview portion here. Following up with you, asking what you thought about the program, and just various questions about your experience. We definitely really want to know so we can continue to bring great classes and great curriculum for next year. So we're going to ask you about 6 questions. All three of us, me, Simone, and Jason, and it's going to be cool. So, all right, I'll start with the first question. And the first question is, how did SYAEP help gain insight into college and career opportunities? Basically meaning that how did you being a part of our summer program help open your mind or create ideas about college and future job opportunities you want to pursue?
Definitely when you guys did the tours, I didn't even know that HBCUs were like a thing, like just like a school with mostly African American people in it. And I've heard of like the first like African American school. I think it was like a movie that I watched. It's called like The Great Debaters.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys watched it, but um it's kind of like that, but I didn't even know that they like still existed in that way. And it was kind of cool to see that it's not just um, one race going there, it's all just so they could be part of the same community. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. The Great Debaters was it was directed by Denzel Washington. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a true story. So yeah, I'm glad. That's dope. I'm glad you got to see. It's a very amazing community.
Yeah, and
Um,
that college is still around too. The college I was in, the Great Debaters, was definitely it's still around till today. So that college still exists, and um, the person who the Great Debaters is about, I know he recently passed away in recent time, but like Kyle said, it was definitely a real story based on a true story, and the guy happened to be a part of the greatest fraternity in the world, known as Omega Psi Phi, who the movie was about. So
Great plug there. All right, Jay, I think it's your question.
it's Simone's question now.
Okay.
All right. So can you tell us, what did you enjoy most about SYAEP?
What I enjoy most is basically communicating with other people. It's very hard with the circumstances that we are in right now to communicate to people. I know that I can talk to my friends and my family, but talking to people that I don't know is kind of fun for me.
Oh.
Dope, dope. What do you feel like were some of the benefits from doing the SYAP program virtually, or just doing the program virtually? What do you feel like some of the benefits were from completing the program virtually this summer?
One of the things is that I could just easily get on. Sometimes I would have to get delayed to going places just because where I live it's very busy. The buses are packed. Just like the transportation in the city is very off. They don't really have a good schedule in mind. Like if I want to go there somewhere on time, then I would have to go like an hour and a half later than I supposedly can go to. So yeah, just that I can get on easily is definitely one of my favorite parts about doing school and program through um, internet, internet, virtually. There we go.
The internets. Cool. All right. So I ask you this next question, and then what you think. You can be totally honest with us. Our feelings won't be hurt. Um, if you could have changed anything about SYAEP summer program, about the class that we offered and we were a part of, what would it be?
I don't really have anything like to say on that. I feel like you guys communicated to um, my peers as well as anybody could or can do through virtually. So I feel like there's nothing really. Everything that you guys did was very informative. I feel like everybody gained something out of it. So yeah.
Including us. Thank you.
All right, Christina, let me ask you, based on the stuff that you learned over the summer, like in our workshops and stuff, what can you take with that to the next school year?
I forgot who said this, but I recently got a planner just to plan out my day. It's actually been helping. I know it sounds weird, but like it actually helps. Like I
No,
never
so
would have thought. Yeah. Or like putting alarms on my phone for things that I have to do, because now it's like you're basically doing nothing, and I feel like you get stuck doing nothing unless you have something that reminds you. So yeah, a planner is definitely one of my things I
oh
would
my
say.
God, that is so good to hear. That was a part of our hurdles and our obstacles workshop that we did, and that was a way to overcome a hurdle with time management. Is to, because we have a lot of commitments, right? You got school, you may have work, you have your social life, you have your own personal needs and wants. So if you keep it all in your head, it's kind of hard to keep up with it. But if you get a planner and you write it out, you can actually see it. Then you can start checking stuff off. It really does work. I got mine right there, and it really helps you to organize stuff. I'm so glad
Simone,
that
does
you
that
were able to
almost
take
cry
that.
right there?
Huh?
Doesn't that almost make you want to cry right there?
It does. That was so heartwarming. You really took that, and mainly because it's really vital. Like, you have to write it out. You have to map stuff out, because we got a lot going on. So good for you, Christina. I'm glad we were able to, help you with that little hurdle of time management. Good.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely happy to hear that you was able to implement that to your everyday lifestyle. So,
Mhm.
um, let's see. One of the last, well, I have two questions for you, but one of the questions I have for you, Christina, is on a scale of 1 through 10, how would you rate um, the easiness or the difficulty with connecting with the staff, and why?
I would rate it a 9, just because you guys did put everything in the group chat, like your emails and stuff, but every time that I would try to like exit it, it would disappear, like your emails. I only got like Kira's, Simone's, and Javier's. I didn't really get yours or like anybody else. I feel like we had to send stuff to some people, and then I feel like if I would get off on accident and then come back, everything would just be clear. So other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely. I know exactly what you mean, because that's one of the things, like with the technology and stuff like that. I know with Zoom, that's one of the flaws I've seen. But I think there is a way you can set the Zoom up for that, where people can see previous messages. There's definitely something you can do that where you can set up people see previous messages versus, like you said, if your computer end up crashing, you log back in, you only see what you see up to since you've been on. So there is a way to change that, but so that's definitely something that we'll take heed of in the future. And then the last question is, I just want to know, like, what are some of your highlights from the SYAEP program from the summer? Like, what is some of the things that stood out that you will remember from the summer?
I remember when I'm kind of merging them into all, but like when we did the group presentations, a lot of us come from the same place, but I just never seen it through a different person's point of view. Like they had different struggles than I did, or maybe some things that they got it easier than I. It's just, I thought, I don't know, since we both came, it sounds stupid, but like when we come from different places or like the same place, I feel like we have the same struggles, but I just never thought like it impacted more than one, like harder than it did the other, if that makes sense.
No, that definitely makes a lot of sense, and that's what, I try to tell people all the time, no matter, even like, no matter the color of our skin or what we look like, sometimes we never know truly what's going on behind scenes with somebody. A lot of times, a lot of us have a lot of stuff in common, but we don't take the time to really just have those conversations and have those spaces where we could get to know one another. So definitely, the fact that you was able to see something like that, just, seeing, like you said, although you sometimes, although we come from the same places, sometimes you might have a different struggle than what I'm used to, or different things like that. So it's like you never know what truly somebody's going through, or different things like that. Just just because somebody might look happy on the outside, or they might look like me, doesn't mean that they can always relate to everything. But sometimes they can relate in more. So definitely. Other than that, having Simone, you guys got any words for Christina, different things like that, man? Have you been missing the SYAEP program yet?
Yeah, to be honest, because I was kind of getting used to like just like getting on at 1 and then ending at 3. Like, I was trying to get used to it, but well, I mean, I was getting used to it, not trying to get used to it. But yeah, just like not having a schedule kind of no more. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's what summer's about. But I feel like ever since COVID started getting worse, everybody just started staying inside. So I couldn't really go out. Not that I was going out, but
No,
Definitely.
go, so
Well,
go,
Chris, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Haf.
no, I was just gonna say, what's with my microphone? Gosh, that I really believe, Christina. I think it was one of the workshops where I just like I noticed it. I just saw it that man, you're called to be there's something just different about you in a really good way. Like there's a special something that not everybody has, not every young person has, that you have a heart and an intellect to see the world in a way that everyone doesn't see it. I really believe it's a divine gift. It's a gift that you can't develop, but it's put in you during birth. And that you're called to be a change agent. You're called to change culture and bring light to places that it's not there enough. So that wherever you go, like you will change whatever environment you're in. And just know that you're just different. You're going to be in spaces and you're going to get things that other people aren't receiving in the room, and you're going to feel like, well, why isn't it kind of like everyone getting it? Because you've been. I put it like this: you ever play that game? What's that game, Simone? When you like walk around and you tap somebody? Duck, duck,
It's
goose.
up 7. Oh,
Duck, duck, goose. Right. And then what happens is when you get tapped, you run, right, and go chase after it. But the thing about it is that everyone has their eyes closed, and you don't see the person who tapped you, but you know you've been tapped. And when you tap, you get up and go run after whatever it is you're supposed to get. And I believe that you've been tapped from a very just deep place, and you're called for your generation to stand up for them, to stand up for injustice, to stand up for those that don't have a voice. So the more you continue to learn, the more you continue to find great mentors, the more you just trust that you're different and that you've been called, the more change you're going to make. So I encourage you, don't doubt yourself. Realize that you're special, but always walk humble, though. That doesn't mean you're better than everybody else. It just means that you've been used to help everybody else. And man, just keep your head up. Like God's going to use you crazy in this lifetime. So get ready. Right now, get ready, because this is more than ever a time when the world needs young people like you and your voice and your heart. So.
absolutely, Christina. I agree with everything Javier just said. You are very mature and ambitious young lady. You have a really good head on your shoulders, and you're definitely going places in life. So thank you for your time today. With that, just enjoy your summer and keep planning, keep writing down your goals, and getting organized for next semester and everything going forward.
Yeah. And last thing I'll say, just to piggyback off of Hav, like you said, everybody has their own, everybody gifts and blessings are specifically set for them. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes something that might be your gift and your blessing might not be the same for somebody that's around you or different things like that. So definitely, don't ever be afraid to utilize your gifts. And, like you said, always stay humble and different things like that. Never be scared to reach out to people for help, because sometimes there might be certain things that, it's not your strong suit, but, somebody else is good in that, and you might be able to facilitate it and bring it to life. So definitely never be afraid to do that. And like I said, with you and your journey to college and different things like that, never be afraid to reach out to us. I know I purposely dropped my email in the chat so you can have it today. You definitely have my email there. So, while you're on your way to through your journey to college and different things like that, definitely, remember, I'm with 100% College Prep, so is Javier. So, we'll be able to provide like resources on how to, apply for different scholarships or try to help you with FAFSA or academic support and different things like that. So, my email. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need any support, or if you got any if you're doing anything, any activist work in the community and you need some support, don't hesitate to reach out, because if you putting any protests or marches together, I would love to come out and support. So definitely just reach out and send me that information whenever. I'm only an email away. So at the end of the day, with that being said, definitely thank you for coming out today and having time for us to interview you. And we always appreciate the work that you've done. And like Javier was talking to you earlier, if you're interested in the capstone, we could talk to you more about that offline.
All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for a great interview. Take care.